Hello, first grade artist. Today we are going to be starting a new project and we are going to be discussing the warm colors and the cool colors. We are also going to be doing a little bit of a shape review, so stay tuned for that. But first we're going to talk about the warm and cool colors. So what I've done is I've divided my paper in half. The warm colors are orange, yellow, and red. The cool colors are blue, green, and purple. These are all the colors that you will find on our color wheel in the art room. The warm colors remind us of the sun, of fire, and heat. These colors are very bold colors. They are very energetic colors, and they are meant to catch your attention. So yellow, orange, and red are the three warm colors. The cool colors remind us of water, the sky, and the ocean. These three colors are very calming colors. They are very peaceful and relaxing colors. So I like to give the example that if I wanted to repaint my bedroom a new color and I wanted that bedroom to feel calm and peaceful so I could sleep well at night, I probably would not want to paint my bedroom bright red. I would probably want to paint it blue or maybe a light green color. That would be more calming and more peaceful. So now that we've done a quick review on the warm and the cool colors, we are going to jump in to our project. For the project, you are going to need a blank piece of white paper. You will also need a pencil, a black marker, and crayons. If you don't have a black marker available to you, well, then you can just use a black crayon to outline. I am going to start my project with a black marker first. You will start yours with a pencil just in case you make a mistake. So the first thing I am going to do is I am going to draw a straight line across the bottom of my paper. This is going to be a road. We are going to be creating a warm and cool colored city. So I have now created the road, which also looks like a rectangle that goes across the bottom of my paper. And I'm going to add a dashed line to the middle of my road. And you should know how to do a dashed line from last week's lesson. If you want, you could make those dashed lines look more like rectangles. And all you do is you turn that dashed line into a shape, which looks like a long, skinny rectangle. There we go. Okay, so now my road is complete. You can see it goes from one side to the next. What I need to do after the road is I need to add my city. And the city is going to be really big and it's going to fill up your paper. So I'm going to add my first building. And you can see it goes off the edge of my paper. And then this building is going to be a little bit smaller, but it touches that first building. And it's up to you how many buildings you add. I just like to fill up my paper all the way across. Some buildings are going to be tall, some are going to be skinny, some are going to be a little bit more wide. It's up to you. So now that all of my buildings are complete, I need to add in some of those details so it makes it look like a real city. And this is where your shapes come into play. The first thing I'm going to do to all of these buildings is add a door. So I'm going to do a long rectangle for that door. This one is going to look kind of like an oval. We're just missing the other half. Add the door handles. And you're going to do that on all of your buildings. Maybe this one is going to look more like a garage door. So I'm going to add some horizontal lines that go across. Okay. So now that you have all of your doors done, we want to add some details to the tops of our building to make our city look a little bit more interesting. So I'm going to add a triangle to the top of that door. Maybe this one's just going to have a chimney. And it's up to you what your buildings look like. But I would try to stay away from words and people and cars. We're just going to stick to the street and the buildings because that's what we want our project to focus on, the street and the building. And that one's going to go off the top of my page. Once I have the tops of my buildings done, then I need to go in and add all of my windows and any other details. This one is a paper that I have finished. So I have added all of my windows, all of my doors, and all of my details. Once you've done that with a pencil, then you're going to trace it with a black marker. You can use a Sharpie, you can use a washable marker, and like I said before, if you don't have a marker, you can just use a black crayon and press down hard when you're tracing. Once that's done and you have everything outlined, go in with an eraser and erase any pencil marks that are showing through. You don't want those on your paper. Next, we are going to color in the road and our buildings. But remember, we were talking about those warm and cool colors. So what I want you to do is I want you to color in your building using the cool colors, So I'm going to get out my crayons and I'm going to find my blue, my green, and my purple. There we go. Another name for purple is violet. So if you're looking at your crayons and it says violet on the side, that's what you need. So what I'm going to do is I am just going to take these three colors and very neatly color in my buildings. Now, I don't want to take my purple and just color the whole thing because that would look kind of boring. I'm going to color in the base of the building purple, but maybe I color in the windows blue. Oh, hang on. My lights just turned off in my classroom. So hang on 1 second. Let me turn them back on. There we go. Sorry about that, guys. We're just going to continue on. So I'm coloring in my windows. And then maybe I want my roof and my door to be green. Now I'm not going to color in the whole thing because I want you to have time to do your own. So then I would go to my next building, but maybe I want this building, the base of it, to be the blue color. And if you have different blues in your crayon box, that's fine. So if you want to use like the lighter blues and the lighter green colors, that's fine too. Those are still in the cool colored family. So once you have all of your buildings colored in, then you can color in your road. So I'm going to get out a yellow and a black. And on this road, remember how I turned it into rectangles? I could just take my yellow and color in the rectangles, or I could leave them white. And then very lightly, I'm going to take my black crayon and color in the road. Just straight across, taking my time. So I'm going to take my black crayon over here. And if you did not turn your dashed line into rectangles, well, then you'll just color right on top of it, just really light, because you still want to be able to see it. Okay, let's just pretend that I have my whole road colored in and all of my buildings colored in. That's where I want you to stop for day 1. Day 2 will be next week, and I'm going to show you what we're going to do for your background using the warm colors. So I'm going to stop the video. Once you finish coloring your buildings and coloring your road, I want you to take a picture of your artwork and then upload it into Seesaw so I can check it. And then don't lose your paper, because next time we're going to do the background. So I'm going to stop the video and I'm going to let you work. If I went too fast, you can always pause the video and rewind it to the part you need more time on. So good luck, first grade.